What is up, YouTube? I'm Cameron from The Breakdown. I'm here with Peyton Surratt and Alex Zulakis. Today we'll be going over our Week 7 overreactions or underreactions. Let's start it off. Peyton, do the honors.
Josh Jacobs is top 3 running back going forward.
Overreaction.
100%
100% overreaction. Not going to have these cakewalk matchups every week. Not going to be scoring 2 touchdowns every week. I mean, I'm not saying to sell high, but I mean, if someone comes at you and wants to pay a top 3 running back price for Josh Jacobs, I'm thinking about it. Matchups only going to get harder, and I mean, you just can't keep up this pace.
I agree. I think, although he's like rushing the ball really efficiently, he's playing really well. I just think there's probably 5 or 6 guys I'd probably take over him. I don't think he's a top 3 guy.
No, definitely not.
So you're slotting him in top 7, top 8 running back? Maybe?
Definitely in the top 10 for sure.
Okay, all right. But also with, I mean, he doesn't really have much PPR, but they run the ball to him.
They've kind of found an identity running the ball, but it's going to be interesting to see if they can keep that up.
That's what I'm saying with the matchups, though. He does play in the AFC West. He plays the Chargers twice, the Chiefs twice.
Yeah,
the Broncos
I'm just not convinced. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that obviously he can't keep this pace up, but even then, I don't think he's going to be a guy that's going to average 18 to 20 points per game from here on forward, just because the matchups are going to get harder. They're going to have to throw the ball more, and the touchdowns aren't going to come as easy as they have.
My first one is Juju is a top 15 wide receiver going forward.
Man, that's tough. I do have a Juju share in a dynasty league, but his numbers feel like they've been kind of skewed by a 45-yard touchdown and a 50-yard touchdown. From
absolutely.
last week.
Juju's
So
not
I'm gonna say no.
top. I don't even. Juju might be a top 30. I maybe thought him a top 30. Top 15 is just it's too high. Kelsey's the target share master in that field, and they also have so many options in that backfield. McKinnon.
That's kind of a
Pacheco
weird
a little
game.
more.
I mean, McCole Hardman had 3 touchdowns. Like,
Right, yeah.
It's like anybody in that offense can go off.
I think Juju's a nice low wide receiver 2, probably. Low wide receiver 2, high end flex. I mean,
Right.
I think even if he doesn't score touchdowns, he's probably gonna give you like 10, 11, like maybe
I
like
think
6 for 50.
For me, in
5
that
for 50.
offense, it's like you have Kelsey as like your guy, and then Mahomes just kind of spread the ball around.
Yeah.
Like Alex said, you saw McCole Hardman get 3 touchdowns, and then like all of a sudden Pacheco's a starting running back, and then
But Pacheco didn't even have any of.
And then Clyde scores a touchdown,
Clyde
so
scores
it's
a
just
touchdown. But I think Juju's their best wide receiver, and then like Marquez Valdes-Scantling had 100 yards, so I think it's just that whole offense is
and also
all over the
offense
place.
had like
minus
a really
Kelsey.
good day just overall. There's a bunch of fantasy producers, but
Yeah, the problem with the offense is you know it's gonna produce. You know it's scoring touchdowns.
You
You
know
know
the
all
guy
of a sudden
has
have
outside
these
of Kelsey,
so
nobody
Right.
really is a sure bet.
exactly.
Yeah, one week I started MVS and he got me 0, but then the week before that he had 15, and then this week he had 100
Yeah.
yards and 14 points. So it's just kind of like
Toss it. Yeah.
My take is Kenneth Walker a top 10 running back for the rest of the season?
I'm gonna have to say. Yes.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna have to say yes.
He has no PPR upside. He has no receiving upside. I think we wouldn't be talking about this if he didn't have an 80-yard touchdown last week.
He had 2
With-
touchdowns though.
Yeah, but he had an 80-yard touchdown. He would have ended the game with about 16 or 17 points instead of 28 if he didn't have an 80-yard touchdown left, or an 80-yard touchdown with 4 minutes left in the game.
Would you have Kenneth
So-
Walker or Dalvin Cook? Go for it.
Dalvin Cook.
Probably Dalvin Cook.
Just because I think Dalvin Cook's offense is going to be a little better, and he has a little more receiving game upside. But that being said, I still do think Kenneth Walker is a top 10 RB.
I agree.
RB is so scarce, and Seattle likes to run the ball. They've always liked to
I'm
run the ball.
I'm a huge Kenneth Walker.
He's a
guy.
workhorse.
He's a workhorse, and he's going to get the carries, and he's a great talent. I mean, his touchdown, he had the fastest ball carrying speed out of anyone in the NFL this year. So
I think he's just outside the top 10 for me. I'd see him literally as like.
I
12,
just think with how
11,
scarce RB is, and adding that a guy like Brees Hall just went down with injury, I think he's definitely in the top 10
Yeah,
there.
for sure. I totally agree. That's Alex nailed that one. Coming up next, would you rather have going forward Chris Olave or Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Oh man,
That's just so tough because of
the injuries for
purposes.
Amon-Ra have really just killed him.
It's kind of derailed
Would I rather have Olave in that Saints offense or
Give
Amon-Ra?
me Olave. I want Olave. I don't want the injuries, and the Lions' offense hasn't looked good. They haven't been able to run the ball recently.
So tough.
I mean,
Amon-Ra was looking like the Cooper Cup of this year's
league
draft.
winner. The thing with Olave is he's producing with all the different, with every different quarterback. And
I think a lot of Olave's production has came with Jarvis being out, MT being out, Kamara missing games. So those are three primary pass catchers in the offense that have been in and out of the lineup, and that has benefited Olave. But I'd probably still go Olave solely because of Amon-Ra's injury and health.
his health's been
So-
declining, and I mean, even it kind of just looked like Olave was taking over even before Michael Thomas was hurt. He's just kind of that guy. He's the guy they drafted him 11th overall for a reason.
Andy Dalton targeted Chris Olave 14 times last week. 14 times. He got the ball 7 of them.
And I want to say he leads the NFL in air yards or
Yes,
something
he does.
like that. So I mean, yeah, Chris Olave has been a stud.
Yeah,
Definitely like a wide receiver too.
I mean,
the rest of the year.
honestly, I'd say he's a top 15 wide receiver.
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy to
Yeah.
say.
Me neither.
The guy catches PPR. The guy catches long passes. He hasn't really even found the end zone yet. That's the thing. If he finds the end zone,
And he's done it with quarterback controversy too. So
exactly.
On the note of wide receivers, D-Hop is a top 8 wide receiver going forward.
Oh yes. I think he's like right there at like 8. I guess you could make an argument for 9 or 10, but we saw how Marquise Brown looked and how much targets he was getting, and now you take Marquise Brown out of that offense and you put D-Hop back in, he's gonna average 12 targets a game.
I just think going forward, we'd rather have AJ Brown or DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins.
So that's pretty solidified the top 8 right there. I'd take D-Hop as well.
I think AJ's like a 10, probably like 10, right around the 10, but I think D-Hop's in more of a passing offense.
D-Hop has absolutely no competition for targets.
His competition for targets is Zach Ertz and Rondale Moore, and I mean,
Great
we saw
coach.
he comes back from suspension, he puts up 10 and 100, so
Yeah.
D-Hop's definitely a top 8 guy.
I agree.
And D-Hop's also a humongous red zone threat. With the Texans and with the Cardinals, he's a fade guy, basically.
Right.
Touchdown upsides.
Yeah, and I just think playing in that offense, the Cardinals, they want to get as many plays in as they can. They want to throw as much as they can. They want to be on offense as much as they can.
And if they're
Because
gonna be
that's
down,
their identity.
yeah, and if they're gonna be down like they have been a lot,
Right.
they're gonna be throwing the ball. So
And then I have DJ Moore is back to being a top 25 fantasy wide receiver, so
No.
like a mid wide receiver too.
No.
DJ Moore.
No. Yeah, he had one good game.
I'm not trusting that Carolina offense. No,
It's
You
PJ
could-
Walker and Sam Darnold.
you couldn't pay me to trust that Carolina offense anymore.
I think everything went right for them that game. They were getting 60-yard runs, like nothing. I think Dante Foreman had a 60-yard run. Chuba had like 2 30-yard runs. So I mean, it's just like against the Bucs.
I think I'm gonna say yes.
I think this would not be a conversation if he was not on your team and if he did not catch that one touchdown.
And if you didn't just
he
trade
had
for him and
10
with a
10
scam for
targets,
Alex
7
Pierce.
receptions, and it seems like once they traded C-Mac, they finally made a decision they were just gonna target him a ton. And I think he's gonna be a solid mid wide receiver 2 flex play. Probably gonna get you like 12 points a game.
If you want to have DJ Moore as your wide receiver too, go ahead. You're losing that week.
Well, I think he's gonna be solid going forward. A lot better than he has been,
Yeah,
especially with the departure of McCaffrey.
a lot
and
better,
the
but
quarterback
I don't
change.
think a wide receiver too.
A mid wide receiver too. I'm saying top 25 guy.
Maybe.
I don't think him being a 23 or 24, 25 is outrageous to say.
Yeah.
Not outrageous,
Not outrageous.
but I think there's definitely a lot better options that you can start in your flex or starting your wide receiver 2 and your team sucks. Trade him. I don't know.
He's not my wide. He's like my wide receiver 6. So
That wasn't a shot. I was talking to the fans.
I don't need
Right.
to be catching no strays here.
I was talking to the fans.
Alright, I think that wraps it up for us. Make sure to follow the TikTok, follow the Instagram, subscribe down below. So you can hit the bell for post notifications. So whenever we post,
Facts.
Y'all first one to see it. Peace out.